We can go ahead and get started. Good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining us today. My name's Sam, and we have a few people on our team with us as well today. We have Marie. We might have Linda. I'm not quite sure if she's logged in yet. I see we have Miss Barb, and we've got our marketing guru behind the scenes, Courtney. So I thank everybody for joining us. And today we will be talking about some of our tantalizing train tours, which some of the ladies here with us today have been on a number of these locations and can share some information with us. So I am going to leave everyone unmuted, and as long as we don't get too much noise going, that will make it nice and easy for you to ask any questions that you might have throughout the presentation. Okay, that is right. Before we begin, I would like to announce the winner of last month's presentation. So now we're going to do a live drawing and spin our wheel. Linda I. So Linda will be our winner for last month's presentation drawing. She wins 2,500 loyalty points. I'm just going to write her name down so we can contact her and let her know. So after each presentation, you will be entered into a drawing, and we'll pull the name during the next month's presentation. So tune in next month, you might win some points. The earlier you book, the more points you earn. Anderson loyalty points can reduce the cost of future tours with us.
Sorry.
That's okay. Here's a quick list of our tours and dates that we're covering today, and we will get into some more detail as we get along here. But we will cover our railway adventures. This will depart July 15th, Appalachian Trails and Mountain Rails departing July 23rd, and our Mackinac and Agawa Canyon departing September 23rd. Our first exciting tour to cover is Railway Adventures. This departs July 15th for 5 days. Reservations made by May 13th will qualify for double loyalty points. That's 2,598 points per person. Going all the way to Tennessee, day one is a travel day. We begin in Lookout Mountain, Georgia. First stop, Rock City. On top of Lookout Mountain, Rock City is a 4,100-foot walking trail surrounded by rock formations, caves, and gardens. This is at your own pace, and there are plenty of rest areas along the trail to take a break at. So here's just a little site there.
Speaking of that, you do not have to climb that cliff. You don't. No. It's fairly flat, in fact, up on top. You're on top. I had never been there until I went with Anderson Tours, and I was amazed. It is absolutely gorgeous. So glad we do this.
Yeah, that is a really impressive view there. I'd love to see that myself. Let's see, and here I think we will get to see a bit of that. America's Most Amazing Mile, also known as the Incline Railway. This is one of the world's steepest passenger railways with a 72.7% grade. On top of the incline, we'll find the best panoramic views of Tennessee, a snack bar, and a gift shop. And this will just show you some of that. Let me take our sound on here.
1895. We opened up, the first ride was November 16th, 1895. It was on Wednesday. We used to have a page from the original calendar, had a big red circle around.
Did you?
They filed the charter in June of 1895.
So that's when it was like official? Or,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they decided they were going to build it.
Okay.
Had the investors together.
Gotcha.
And then they had it built in a little over 100 days. And the reason I know a lot of this stuff was back when I first came here, when I was 19. There was a man named Lonnie Harbin, and he was about 96 at the time. He was a water boy on the crew. There was a crew of 1,000 that built this.
Okay.
They worked from daylight to dark. And that was how it was possible.
That really is quite something there.
Possible for them to.
Okay.
That could I say something about the?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, the incline. Again, if you've ever been on the Pittsburgh inclines, which I think are the closest to us, they're just a you don't lean or anything with the incline, so to speak. They have the chassis of the train set, so you're still straight up. Well, in this one, when you get on there, you actually have to lay down almost. You are really like, you feel you're in a recliner. It's the neatest thing. I wouldn't want to miss that. It's wonderful anyway. Go ahead.
It sounds really exciting.
It is.
Definitely very different having to lean back when you get on there.
Yes.
I can imagine. It's a super strange feeling. There we go. And then day 3, we start off at the Tennessee Valley Railroad in Chattanooga. We'll learn about local history and railroad operations. We'll ride the Missionary Ridge Local, a train that takes us across the Chickamauga Bridge through a pre-Civil War tunnel completed in 1858 and to the eastern side of Tennessee. Up next is Ruby Falls. Sorry.
Wait a minute. Time out.
Okay.
Sorry. You saw there them turning the engine around in that. We stop and get off the train for like an hour and a half at this really neat little mountain town. They have lots of little shops, wonderful places to visit, and good food too. I think that we got some good chocolate there while we were there. So, okay, that's it.
Thank you. All right. And then we are off to Ruby Falls. This is the tallest and deepest underground waterfall open to the public. This is a truly incredible sight. We'll go down 260 feet by glass elevator and take a short walk along a scenic path. And then here are a few of the pictures of the falls to take in, though I really doubt the pictures do this any justice. I've heard amazing things. We'll enjoy a sunset cruise on the Southern Belle Riverboat. Here's a quick video on that.
Welcome to the pride of the South and one of the best Chattanooga attractions, the Southern Belle Riverboat. Take a great Chattanooga cruise along the scenic Tennessee River while enjoying one of our fabulous dinner cruises, daily lunch cruises, or daytime sightseeing cruise. This is a vacation experience you won't want to miss. Pier 2 at the landing is Southern Belle's new docking facility. Our grand chandelier deck is the perfect setting for your private event or party. The Southern Belle. Don't miss the boat.
Here is a video of the Great Smoky Mountain Railroad, and we'll hop on board this on day 4 for a Tuckasegee River excursion. There will be food on board this 4-hour scenic ride traveling round trip from Bryson City to Dillsboro. If you've seen The Fugitive with Harrison Ford, you might recognize some of what you see here. I guess this was part of the setting in that movie. Did you have any comments on that ride, Marie?
No. If you had ever seen that comedian woman, oh geez, I'm sorry, I forgot her name. She talks about this trip, in one of her comedic performances that we saw. It was so funny and everything. So it's a very pretty trip. And you do see lots of different, like this, the pretty lake and stuff. So it's just a very informal, laid back train ride. If you like trains, this is the one.
Yeah, those views are stunning. Let's see here.
Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Just beautiful.
I could
Nantahala, that was where, this is where her husband was thrown out of a canoe.
Oh my
and
gosh.
he was running down the road trying to catch them. And she didn't know he was gone. Anyway, I tell that story.
I'll have to find that.
I show the clip. Yeah.
All right. Our final night on this tour will be spent in Asheville, North Carolina. And that was just a bit on our railway adventures. And if anybody had anything they'd like to add or any questions on the tour, we can pause and take a moment. Let's see. I don't see any questions popping up, but again, just keep in mind you're always welcome to pop in with any questions you might have during the presentation, or if you want to give us a call, we'd love to hear from you and answer any questions you have. The dates on this one more time are July 15th through the 19th, and there is still time to qualify for double loyalty points if you book by May 13th. And next we are off to our Appalachian Trails and Mountain Rails, departing July 23rd for 4 days. Reservations made by May 24th will qualify for double loyalty points. That's 2,798 points per person. And I think Marie has done this tour a couple of times, or a few, so I'm sure she's got some good details for us here.
This trip is totally different from the Chattanooga trip. Different railroads, older and very historic. So we'll get to that as we go through this.
Awesome. Day one will be spent in Pittsburgh or Steel City. We'll connect with our region's steel industry heritage and learn about the technology, its workers, and culture. All right, here's a quick video from the Rivers of Steel. We will tour the Cary Blast Furnace, the Boast Building, and the Pump House. Now a National Historic Landmark, the Boast Building was built in 1892 to house the rapidly growing population of iron and steel laborers. This is also where the Homestead Lockout and Strike took place. The Pump House, built in 1892 by the Carnegie Steel Company, was home of the Battle of Homestead the same year that it was built. I thought that was pretty interesting. I'll let you just take a look here at some of the video. Okay. And this is just a neat little video showing a quick sneak peek of the Cary Blast Furnace for you.
I'm Ron Barrow, Director of Historic Resources and Facilities for the Rivers of Steel. We're at the Cary Furnace's National Historic Landmark here in Swissvale and Rankin. The two furnaces that are still here, which operated from 1907 to 1978, are National Historic Landmarks that stand as a testament not just to what man can do, but what industry can do. These furnaces helped build this region, this country, and the world. What happened here changed America's 20th century dramatically. Places like this would eat you up and spit you out. They were rough, they were hard, they had a massive impact on you physically. But what it allowed for was an incredible growth in this region, a culture that exists to this day that has created what is known as the Pittsburgh spirit.
Day 2, we hop on board Amtrak and ride the famous horseshoe curve seen here, and we will ride from Pittsburgh to Altoona.
That's a very neat little trip, because they say as you're going around the horseshoe curve there, you're seeing yourself coming and going, both. You can see the train usually on both sides, coming and going around there.
Oh.
It's really a neat experience.
That's really cool. I didn't know that you could see it from both sides when you were doing that.
It depends on how long the train is, but usually you can see it coming and going.
That's awesome. All right, we will disembark that train and head over to the Altoona Railroaders Museum, where we'll focus on the history of railroad workers and their families. After lunchtime, we'll enjoy a tasting at Branch Bender Cidery, seen here in this video. This is a truly artisanal farm with a 2-acre flower field that we also get to enjoy before heading over to our next stop. We'll just take a little peek of the cidery here.
Now they do have on that the regular cider that you might think, but what you were seeing was hard cider. It's they have different flavors, but it is cider. It's very good.
Nice, and they have an option for everybody.
Yeah, we sample it.
All right. Day 2, we will overnight at the Wisp Resort. This is a really fun place. Here you'll see their scenic chairlift. In this video, we'll show you some of the Deep Creek area where the Wisp Resort is located. At the resort, we will have a tour, learn about snowmaking, and we'll take the scenic chair ride that you saw in the last photo. I'll let you take a peek here at the resort.
As you take in our stunning views. It's the ideal summer
The
vacation getaway located in Western Maryland. Just a 2-hour drive from Pittsburgh. Plan your Deep Creek experience at visitdeepcreek.com.
And we will finish our day at the Gandy Dancer Theater and enjoy a yummy dinner show. So I recently learned what a Gandy dancer is. This might be common knowledge, but it's an early term used for railroad workers in the U.S. So we're right on track here. The performance features talented musicians, dancers who incorporate comedy and passion into Branson-style shows. Have you seen this theater, Marie?
No, I have not seen a Gandy Dinner Theater. No.
That'll be one we got to put on your list there.
Yes. I have seen this. This is amazing.
Okay. This is the National Radio Astronomy Observatory.
Yes. They say there are, 12, 13 football fields can fit in that, something like
Yeah.
that. It's
It's
huge.
incredible.
It is. One
5 feet above
interesting, okay,
Sorry.
go ahead.
No, you.
I would just, maybe he'll say it. One interesting thing about that is that miles around it, if you drew a big circle around, the people there are not allowed to have microwave ovens because it interferes with the radio networks coming into those from outer space. And they actually have a truck that goes around and just kind of, they can locate anyway anybody who's has a microwave that they're not allowed to have.
Huh.
It's
No,
pretty strict.
I
Yeah.
don't think that he told us that in that video. So thank you. That's interesting. I wouldn't have thought of that, but that makes a lot of sense.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Through and you
Say
get
a
to
little
look at
bit
a
of this
picture of a
before we
galaxy.
move along.
A radio telescope is the exact same idea, only instead of looking at the optical waves, the stuff that you can see with your eye, it's looking at radio waves.
We're trying to take the principles, the things we understand about chemistry from the laboratory, and apply those to molecules in space. Understand how you can build up things that lead to the formation of maybe life from what we see starting out in the earliest remnants of dead stars and the birthplace of solar systems.
All right. And next we are off to the Cass Railroad for a 4.5-hour excursion. We'll get panoramic views of the Appalachian. You'll feel like you're entering a different world as we climb from Cass at about 2,400 feet to Bald Knob, which is 4,800 feet in elevation.
Now, this one, I have never been on a railroad like it. It was to me unique. This you go up the side of the mountain, but you go one way and then you reverse and go the other way, kind of like making steps up the side of the mountain.
Oh, okay.
They don't go around the mountain. They don't have big bends. They go over one way and then they go up and then they go up and like that. One time you're going forward, one time you're going backward. So it's a unique train. If you like trains, this is really one you should experience.
Yeah, that's very cool. And this clip will show a little bit on the Darden Mill and West Virginia Railroad Museum. We'll begin our final day here before we start our trek home.
Each year brings a new temporary exhibit, and 2019 features one on the Chesapeake and Ohio Railway. These exhibits are designed to show just how important the railways are to West Virginia.
I think that railroads were one of the major reasons why we saw development in West Virginia, whether it was for business development or for people coming into the state. This is a big part of our history. Railroads, aside from river transportation, were the only ways in and out economically.
The Railroad Museum is open every Thursday through Sunday from 9:30 until 5:30. Well, today marked the opening day for the West.
All right, and that was just a touch on our Appalachian trails and mountain rails. And if you ladies go, bring me with you, because I'd really like to go on this one. I know the Deep Creek Lake area, we've taken our kids, and it is beautiful. The dates one more time for you are July 23rd through the 27th, and you can still qualify for double loyalty points if you book soon. I'll pause just for a moment here in case anyone has questions. And we will continue on. Next, we're off to our Mackinac and Agawa Canyon. This will go September 23rd through the 26th. Agawa Canyon is in Canada, so this tour does require a passport. There's time to get triple loyalty points on this by booking by May 26th. That would be 3,597 points per person. Good chunk there. Day one, we'll travel to Mackinac City, where we overnight near Mackinac Crossings. You have the evening on your own to relax, so you can relax in the hotel, head over to Mackinac Crossings to check out the shops, restaurants, wineries, and more, or do however you'd please. Day 2 starts early as we head over to the Algoma Central Railway and hop on board the Agawa Canyon tour train. This will be a full day ride and you'll be served breakfast and lunch on board. And then this video will show you some of that ride.
Hi everybody, it's Tony and Petula.
And let's discover Ontario. We're in Sault Ste. Marie today.
That's right, and we're going to ride the Agawa Canyon tour train.
Let's go. So morning, where are we headed to this morning?
We're off to Agawa Canyon, 114 miles north of Sault Ste. Marie on the Agawa Canyon tour train.
What are some of the sights that people can see?
There's lakes along the way. We go over 2 trestles, one at Bellevue Trestle that's actually over a highway and you can see Lake Superior off in the distance. And the other is a much bigger one at Montreal River. It actually curves to the right, so you're able to see the entire train as it goes across the trestle. So that's very interesting for passengers as well.
Cool, right?
It's an experience in itself when you get to the canyon because you can't actually get there by road. This is the only way by train.
Just got off the train and we're now in Agawa Canyon Park.
We're gonna go to the lookout. He's gonna climb 321 steps.
Okay, so there's a lot of steps to get to the lookout of the canyon.
Unbelievable.
Wow.
What is your favorite part of the train ride so far?
Well, so far, I think it was being able to talk to cool people like you.
It's always a great part on the road is getting to meet all the cool people on board.
And all
Now we cannot go to Mackinac City without visiting Mackinac Island, can we? On our way to board the ferry to Mackinac Island, we'll cross the famous Mighty Mac Bridge. This is the 7th longest suspension bridge in the world. Many of you might know that there are no motorized vehicles on the island. I think that this makes the town a really quaint and beautiful area for a lot of people to visit. But what I think is even cooler is that the motor vehicle ban was actually passed in 1898 by the village leaders because the horseless carriages were scaring their horses. So they banned the vehicles back in 1898 and it has been that way since then. We will start with a horse-drawn carriage tour on the island. We get a lot of pictures back of this exact view. And then after our carriage tour, we'll enjoy the Grand Luncheon Buffet at the Grand Hotel. Make sure to walk around the world's largest porch and check it out. Without a lunch reservation, they do charge folks just to walk on the porch.
One thing about that, a couple things about the Grand Hotel. One, when you're at the buffet, the Mighty Buffet, which she's going to show you in a minute, start with the dessert. We always tell people, start with the dessert because the desserts are wonderful. And a lot of people can't even fit them after they're done with the rest of the huge buffet, as you can see here. It is quite a meal. You will definitely enjoy that. The other thing I wanted to say, what I tell people when they go into the hotel, don't be rude about it, but do a little snooping because you really have to pay, like, I think it's like $10 just to go into the hotel, to walk around it, into it, unless you go there for some function like this for lunch. So we are allowed then to walk around the hotel. So walk around the main floor, the basement floor, and out onto the porch. It's quite a place. And of course, on our way up there, we always show you what's that in time? There's a movie with Christopher Reeves, and Jane Seymour.
They're called Somewhere in Time.
Somewhere in Time. There we go. Somewhere in Time. Which takes
Someday I knew my knowledge of things like that would help.
Yeah, thank you. Anyway, so one thing on the Agawa Canyon also, we go in September, late September, which because we're going north, that is when you're going to be seeing beautiful trees. It is quite a beautiful because of all of the colors of the trees as you're going through. So that's just one added thing with the canyon trip.
Yes, that definitely is a great thing to mention. We've got great foliage that time of year, so you'll get to see that as well. So as Marie said, this is just a little bit of the Grand Hotel. This was built in 1887, and it is just really nice old world hospitality and also a National Historic Landmark. After our luncheon here, we will have some free time to explore the island. On our final day, we'll stop in Frankenmuth, Michigan. This is a cute little town known for its Bavarian architecture. We'll usually get to see the glockenspiel strike noon before we have our tasty lunch. And there's the glockenspiel.
Flowers, immaculate architecture with old world German style. Downtown Frankenmuth is a dream to walk through. Frankenmuth is designed after Bavaria, which is a state in Germany. I'm in the Lorelei Lounge of the Bavarian Inn Lodge, about to have a bourbon flight. Now we're at Zender's of Frankenmuth, and they're famous for their chicken dinners.
Okay, that was a touch on our Mackinac and Agawa Canyon tour. Does anybody have any questions they'd like to ask or anything they'd like to add to the tour? Okay. We do still have time to earn triple loyalty points on this if you book soon, and just remember your passport is required. Here are the tours and dates we discussed one more time today. Railway Adventures and Appalachian Trails departing in July, and Mackinac and Agawa Canyon in September. All of these will be here before we know it. I can hardly believe it's May 1st. Don't forget the gift of travel is invaluable. You or your loved ones can purchase gift certificates online or by phone, and we will get those to you immediately. I just want to thank all of you who joined us today. Thank you so much, Marie and Courtney and Barb, everyone else who's logged in and participated in this presentation with me. Your time really does mean the world to me, and we hope to see you on the road soon with us.
Okay.
And that's our little Miss Maisie. So if you are out and about in the area, please stop in to see us. We would love to see you, and our little office manager certainly would as well. Thank you again, everybody. Have a great day, and we hope to see you very soon.
Bye.
Bye, Marie. Bye, everybody. Thank you.